So here's the graphic. Here's the image that has the scan. So I'm just going to select this scan, click on the corner, lets you rotate it. If you rotate it by hand, you can also double click on this and put the percentage on there to rotate it. So when you click it this way, you can kind of see that this image, and you can arrow key it there, so it's a 90-degree rotation. Just so you can see that part, and you can just place this onto the screen and lock it. And this has already been double click. It already has a dimmed down image for it. So here's the precursor to this setup. So again, you have to look and analyze the drawing that you have to see whether or not it's going to be a piece that's hand-drawn or a letter, and you can do it both ways. But like I said, in this case, this is the font. This is the character palette found under Window, under Type and Character. So taking the letter G, lowercase letter G, it comes out at 12 point. You can quickly make it 72. And that is the font that's there. You can click inside this section. If you like that font, just Option and duplicate it. Click on the original just so you can go through, and click on the arrow key, and you'll see that this shows up, and I can increase this to 200, for example, so I can see a little closer what that letter font would look like, letter style. And just move it over here so I can see both side by side. Click inside the font case and do this as well. So you can click on the top and use the arrow key and just work your way down. Kind of toggle through to see what looks pretty good. This might be the one that I had chosen. So I'll take that one, for example. And even though it's not exactly this logo, I'll just demonstrate it two ways so you can see it. Again, since I'm going to use that one, I'm just going to set the copy off to the side so I remember where it's from. This one I can elongate it or just keep it as that letter form right from the start. Just going to switch the fill and stroke so it has this outline and duplicate it over to the top here. So what that is it's two letters, one on top to represent the shading and one on the side, so I can work with it just to see if I can't create the shadow part on its side there. So I'll take that off. In order to make the letter fonts able to be edited, you have to do a type create outlines function, and that makes it so that you can manipulate the points and those type of things that's come through. Okay, so I'm just going to deselect it, click on a color, so that now when I have them both selected and use the shape builder tool, you'll see that these are the parts that kind of come up. So selecting these two will bring that original shape together, and you can start to slowly combine these pieces to see whether or not I can create that segment to it. Here I'll option to deselect that, put a plus sign in there to emphasize that that's going to work. Option to take that off. Okay, this is the letter form, so I'm going to continue that through. And this one, just option to set that so it's, or just a plus sign so that sets it on its own shape. So now you can see that this has a couple of pieces, don't have that middle part yet, but that'll build onto this section. Okay, so here I just want to extend this. This is the two parts. Click off on this so you can see they're grouped together. Just go to Object, ungroup them, and take the pen tool, zoom into this so you can see it, and see whether or not I can start from here and click this shape, which I'll give another color. And I'm trying to use the shape tools to help me build this together, so clicking these two together and using the shape builder tool lets me make that cross piece over. The letter G, which I'll make green for starter, is a separate piece. I'm going to copy it under Edit Copy and paste it in place and give it a yellow color. So now I have these two items, and Shift key together and do the shape builder. So this part I want to keep that connected. That part becomes isolated. So now I have these items built together. That makes that shape. This part down here, this is a point. I'm going to reset it to a corner point. You can kind of see it curved or cornered. And I can also take it out of there. So it makes this a little bit more of a even curve right there. There's this section that cuts across through here. So I'm trying to analyze his sketch and maybe line it right up there. And just Shift key to select both the G and this yellow card with a shape builder, and just Option and build that separately. So you can kind of see that these are all separate panels. And that builds that section.
Please excuse this interruption.
Here's the ellipse tool.
This announcement is for any junior who needs to have his or her picture taken at this point. This is the final call. For any junior who needs his or her picture taken, please report to the Commons area. Thank you very much.
So here's just two ellipses dragged over the top with the Option click down, so the shape builder now has two of these items. And that gives me the piece. So now I have this graphic. Group that together. And just place it right there. And now I have it separated. This one I can actually take off the stroke if I need to.